Hey, what's up you guys, it's me Luke and welcome back to another video, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I post commentary and critique and reaction videos on basically anything on the internet that interests me, ranging from pop culture to internet culture and anything in between. So if any of that interests you, then be sure to go ahead and subscribe and turn on the post notifications bell so that you never miss another upload from me. So today's video is another one of my let's dive on into the drama, where I basically discuss a couple dramas going on the internet. So today we have a response from Dirty Dom, some recent updates on the James Charles scandal, and our main story today is a massive fight on Twitter between Gabbie Hanna and Angelika Oles that I'll be explaining. So without further ado, let's get into it because I'm about to dive in to today's drama. Let's get it. Okay, first off, our first two dramas are really quick, just updates basically. So Dirty Dom made a response, finally. So if you don't know, Dirty Dom has been accused for essaying a girl who was blackout drunk and she was under the age of drinking limits, so she was drinking illegally because they bought her alcohol and she was blackout drunk and he essayed her. So that whole incident was a huge thing. There was a whole insider article about it. I'm sure you already know about it, but if you don't, I'll link a relevant video of mine down below so you can check it out. So he said, "It is time for me to address the recent allegations that have come out against me. I want to sincerely apologize directly to the women involved in the incident. I definitely empathize with the pain that everyone has suffered in this matter. With that being said, as far as I am concerned, everything that occurred during that night in question was completely consensual." Okay, well, consent goes away when the person's blackout drunk. Okay. I believe that the statements that have come out against me are entirely misleading and shed incorrect light on my involvement. My character is being unfairly attacked, and the statements that exist in the public eye are unfairly defaming and assaulting my character and reputation. I'm sorry, but if there's smoke, there's fire. And let me tell you, there's a whole bushfire when it comes to you, Dirty Dom. With that being said, if possible, I want to shed a positive light on the events that have transpired and show the world who I truly am. I recently donated my time as well as thousands of dollars, whatever, get a grip, to several women's rights groups to show my support for the unjustified and unnecessary struggles that women endure in our society on a daily basis. Where's the proof? Pictures or it didn't happen. It is time for all of us to demonstrate more respect for one another in everyday life, Dom. So yeah, that's his bullshit response, whatever. Trisha responded to it and said, "Not consensual. If the girl is blackout, the video clearly states the girl was not having it, and after hours of master negotiation, they were all having sex. He deserves to be in prison. They were given alcohol. This was admitted that alcohol was there. This is RAPE." And I couldn't agree more. The whole situation is just messed up, and I don't think Dirty Dom deserves a platform. That's just that on that. Next up, we have James Charles. So James Charles recently has been involved in a series of drama where he's been talking to underage boys, like minors, sexually, and sending them explicit photos and messages. There's been literally several of them at this point. I made a whole video about this situation. I made 2 videos on it, so I'll link those videos down below if you want to check them out. But yeah, James Charles recently came out with an apology video where he was taking accountability. I didn't comment on this video because I didn't think there was much to say, to be honest. It was just kind of your run-of-the-mill apology. I didn't really feel like he gave too much insight into the whole situation. He did take accountability, but at the end of the day, he still did it, and I don't know what you can do when it comes to that situation to resolve it, besides just say goodbye to the internet. He is on a temporary break at the moment, so that's that on that. But James Charles has recently had his YouTube channel demonetized by YouTube. So that's interesting. So YouTube confirmed to the BBC that the 21-year-old who has 25 million subscribers to his YouTube channel has been temporarily removed from the partnership program. So it's only a temporary demonetization, but at the end of the day, I think it is good that YouTube took charge. You know, first they dropped him from instant influencer, now this. So it shows that they are taking the initiative to give him consequences for his actions. And then we have the response from Morphe. So if you don't know, James Charles has a palette with the makeup brand Morphe, and a lot of people were giving Morphe a lot of flack for still working with James Charles after all the allegations that have come to light. And finally, they responded. So first up, we have James Charles' response, which says, "Accountability is something that I've spoken about a number of times in the past. In my most recent video, I spoke about and took accountability for my part in conversations I had with a few individuals who told me they were over the age of 18. As I said in that video, I can't show change overnight, but will over time. Since posting that video, many other people have come forward with a series of misleading stories and false allegations, which have been reported on by many people, creators, and news outlets. My legal team has begun taking action against those that have spread misinformation and or created completely fake stories, as this has gone too far." Ooh, is James about a sister sue? "These stories have caused many of my long-term partners to receive considerable negative feedback, one of them being Morphe. I loved every moment working together and I'm beyond grateful for what we've created together. That being said, I reached out to them and we mutually agreed to wind down our James Charles / Morphe collaboration, which is my only project to them. So he reached out to them. That's interesting. So that's insinuating that Morphe didn't drop him. He was like, oh no, I think it's time to end our partnership. Not sure how much truth there is to that. That is very interesting. And then also they are winding down the collaboration. What does that mean? Does that mean they're still selling it or while selling whatever stock they have left? I mean, how much stock do they have? Like, do they have 100,000 units? Like, we need the specifics. I'm continuing to take time to learn and grow and listen and look forward to coming back one day in the future as a better version of myself, James. So that's his response. Then we have Morphe's, which says, in light of the recent allegations against James Charles, Morphe and James have agreed to end our business relationship and wind down sales of the Morphe and James Charles product offering. It is and has always been Morphe's goal to create a positive, safe, and empowering space where all beauty lovers can freely share their artistry and passions for cosmetics, and Morphe is committed to furthering that goal. So pretty standard, pretty textbook. So those are responses to that. So let me know what you guys think about the whole James Charles situation down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But next up, let's move on to the Angelika Oles and Gabbie Hanna drama. But before we do, I just wanted to thank the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark VPN. So Surfshark VPN is an app or browser extension that basically lets you place your computer or phone anywhere in the world, so you can access the internet as if you were actually in that country. This helps you unlock websites and content that you wouldn't typically be able to see in your country. For example, if I wanted to watch something on Netflix that wasn't available in my country, I can just go over to Surfshark VPN, change my country to a different country, and then boom, it also encrypts your data when you're online to make sure that all your passwords and private information and data is protected. Plus, Surfshark VPN uses the same level of VPN encryption as the US government, so it's pretty safe if you ask me. And Surfshark VPN is the only VPN to allow one account on an unlimited amount of devices. So because Surfshark VPN is sponsoring this video, they've hooked you guys up with a great deal. If you use my code LukeAlexander, it will provide you with an 83% discount, which actually unlocks the best price in the market. Plus, they're giving you 3 months extra for free. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and encrypt your data and gain access to restricted content all over the world with my code LukeAlexander by clicking the link in the description. Thank you so much to Surfshark VPN for sponsoring the video, and let's get back into the video. Alrighty, so now we're onto this fight with Gabbie Hanna and Angelika Oles. If you don't know who Angelika Oles is, she's a fellow drama channel here on YouTube, and Gabbie Hanna is a... How do I describe Gabbie Hanna? She's a retired meme, she's a cringe fest, and she is now a heavy metal singer. I don't really know. So let's get into these tweets because there are a lot of them. So first up, Gabbie Hanna was talking about how people were judging her poetry. So she was posting pictures of her poetry saying, because frankly, I don't give an F anymore. It's really lame that a bunch of non-creative, insecure, neurotypical people drag my poetry for months for views on YouTube and TikTok instead of creating their own art. And then she calls out this creator named Rachel Oates, who basically made a lot of videos about Gabbie Hanna's poetry. She made, I believe it was like 6 videos about Gabbie Hanna's poetry, and Gabbie Hanna retweets this and says, what kind of monster would do something like that? And then she posts her on her Instagram story and tags her and calls her out for basically posting a bunch of videos about her poetry, critiquing her poetry, saying that she's a bully, saying that she's hateful, saying that she's obsessed with her, saying that she's irrelevant, and that the only reason that she gets views is because she's talking about Gabbie Hanna, because she posted a video which is a get ready with me and chat, which only got 4,000 views as opposed to the hundreds of thousands of views she gets when she posts with Gabbie. That's not nice because Gabbie Hanna has said in the past how she doesn't like when people call her irrelevant and how it's actually really insulting, and then she's gonna go ahead and turn around and call somebody else irrelevant. So then Angelika Oles decided to chime in, which is fine, you know, she's a drama channel, this is her job. So she says, I think this is so unnecessary. Say your part about criticism and hate, whatever you want to call it, but multiple tweets calling someone obsessive and a bully while being obsessive and a bully back is an interesting way to go about things. And she says, I just watched Gabbie's IG story and she keeps on calling Rachel a manipulative bitch, narcissist, abuser, among other things, because Rachel critiqued her book. How about instead of calling her a bitch every 2 seconds, you critique Rachel's videos? And then Gabbie Hanna says, with a retweet of Rachel Oates' comment, which says, leave me out of your attention-seeking games and go get some help. Clearly you have some sort of breakdown again, and I understand I've been there too, but this won't help. Please just speak to your friends and family and calm down. So that is a little bit patriarchal patronizing, so I can sort of understand why Gabbie Hanna gets mad, but she really goes off. She says narcissistic abuse is when someone harasses you endlessly, and when you finally stand up for yourself, they tell you you're having a breakdown. You, Miss Oates, are a real monster. Looks like you can't handle criticism. Check my IG story for more context. It's more than just a critique. She also meddles / tries to cause drama in my personal life. Her friend tried to call her out, and she blamed me and then stopped talking to him for defending her privately. Her obsession with me is effed. Okay, I don't think she's obsessed with you. That's like that thing from Mean Girls where it's like, oh my god, why are you so obsessed with me? It's not my fault you're in love with me. And then she says, I'm over being everyone's scapegoat. Someone reached out to her without my knowledge and told her to consider backing off because her critique was just cruelty. She accused me publicly of manipulating him against her because she couldn't handle any ounce of constructive criticism. By the way, calling someone attention seeking for standing up to abuse is also very abusive. You don't get to tell people when they're able to defend themselves. There's no statute of limitations and self-respect. I do agree with her there. I mean, Gabbie Hanna, you know, she does make some points at some point. And then she goes ahead and goes off at Angelika and says, so standing up to a bully is bullying them. I'm the only person who's supposed to sit back and allow people to exploit and harass me because if I defend myself, I'm a bully. What are you? Shut the F up, Angelika, and get back to law school. Okay, she's just being petty, honestly, at this point. So she retweets a bunch of videos that Angelika has posted about Gabbie Hanna. Like I said, Angelika is a drama / commentary channel. It's her job to talk about influencers, and you, my friend, are an influencer, so I'm not sure what point you were trying to make. Then she says, this is the bitch in high school who draws on your yearbook photo to be an asshole and laugh with her friends. Don't delude yourself into thinking you're anything more than a high school effing bully. These are high school effing bullies! Oh, that video, Gabbie Hanna. Why are you involving yourself, attention seeker? Because it's her job. That's why she's involving herself. Honestly, Gabbie. Oh, is it unnecessary to call someone a bully, Angelika? Is that mean, toxic, a gross generalization made by someone I've never met? Those narcissistic, confused, goofy-ass bitches I stat, they don't even try not to be hypocritical. And then Angelika says, I'm saying a new song is coming out in a week. That's why we need to get you trending. Anyway, job done. You're welcome. I'll see you in 6 months for another round. And she said, you're getting more than a song, Angel. Angelika says, can't wait to see what you come out with, Angel. Oh, the tea! The tea is piping hot here. They're really coming for each other's necks. But yeah, this is true. Gabbie Hanna does stir up drama whenever she has a song coming out, so I wouldn't be surprised if she has a song coming out. And then T-Spill says, Angelika defended you multiple times in these videos. In fact, you thanked Angelika under one of those videos, but now you're using them as proof that she's some kind of obsessive bully, which is true. Angelika has defended Gabbie in the past. It's not like she's always been talking negatively about her. She's been very fair in my opinion. And then Gabbie Hanna was saying that Angelika was making fun of her by editing her face with a fisheye lens because Angelika used to do that with her thumbnails, but she did this with everyone, including herself. So regarding that, Gabbie Hanna said, it's so funny to make fun of a Middle Eastern girl's nose, ha ha ha. And then Angelika says, it's almost like I used to do this edit to everyone, including myself, because it was funny at the time. Sorry, this is all over the place, but referring back to Angelika defending Gabbie and Gabbie commenting on her video, saying, this is very sweet, Angelika, thank you so much. This was very lovely. Welcome back to the platform. I hope you enjoy what's to come. She responds to that and says, victims often seek acceptance from their abuser in hopes that they stop abusing. This is not internet hate. It's a grown real woman relentlessly harassing another grown real woman. And Angelika says, right, so we all had this conversation about where I encouraged you to keep going on YouTube was me being an abuser and you being a victim like always. You sending me your book, me defending you and getting shit for it from my audience. No wonder everyone in LA warns people against Gabbie. I haven't seen one person have a good experience with you. Trisha, people on the set of Escape the Night, Jesse Smiles, and the list goes on. Maybe it's actually you that's the problem, not everyone around you. And that's a good point, because when you're always pointing the finger, 3 fingers are pointing back. And you're the bitch in high school who made up rumors about people to gain social relevance then. How many of your story times were just about you and how many involved other people? How many also involved other people in the industry? It's very telling that Gabbie Hanna is calling Angelika an attention seeker and saying that she's a bully when she's literally made story times about other people. You think you're exempt from this. Your whole career is based off of your negative interactions with other people and you talking about it to millions of people. Oh yes, a storyteller of other people's stories. Didn't the parents ask you to take this down? I don't know, my memory might be failing me, but I thought they were pretty upset. Oh well, the paycheck must have been huge. A $10 CPM, that's $100,000 right there. So she made a video about a girl who died in the 7th grade. What the frick? And she's claiming that it's her job because she's a storyteller and she tells stories. Okay, there's certain stories you don't have to tell. And then Angelika made a really good point. She said, at some point we need to have a conversation about why female commentators get more shit than male commentators, or why female YouTubers get cancelled for less than male YouTubers. When a man talks about drama, he's a commentary channel. But when a woman does it, she's a petty drama channel. A man critiques and a woman women gossips and hates. Men are given the space to grow and learn, but women are supposed to just be perfect from the start. Interesting. Very, very great points about misogyny here from Angelika. Very great. And then she says, I'm very excited to have this conversation about sexism and unfair standards toward women in the workplace with you in the media. And then Angelika says, call out male commentators that criticized you half as much as you call out women, and then we can have the conversation. Until then, I'll pass. Slam and dunk. Angelika's really coming out with these fire tweets. And then she says, how many times will Gabbie Hanna call me and other women a bitch before she takes a note of her internalized misogyny? Very good point. I don't think the word bitch needs to be used as much as it is by Gabbie Hanna. And then basically someone says like, why is Gabbie Hanna's been very quiet to like these male commentators like Ineba and James Marriott, who make the exact same style of commentary videos, dunking on poetry, but she chooses to go after smaller female content creators. But then Gabbie Hanna says, my finger points to the people who started. But then Angelika makes a good point saying that the drama that started with Kenza Cosmetics, which is when Gabbie Hanna was promoting these like cheap, scammy brushes, was pointed out by a man, but Gabbie Hanna didn't go after that man. Good point. And then Gabbie Hanna goes back to the video about that weird story time that she made about the girl who died in 7th grade, basically saying, hey babes, you manipulative narcissistic liar, I apologize for this immediately after speaking to her mother and apologized privately. You, however, have ignored the calls of Bianca Devon's mother, who has expressed the hurt you caused her. And then Angelika says, just to be clear, I was not the only person who spoke about Bianca. We all dropped it when her mom said she wasn't offended. There was no way to know her mom found it offensive when it first happened if we brought attention to it, and that's that. I didn't bring up Bianca today, Gabbie did, as a checkmate in a Twitter argument. I brought it up from 4 years ago about another deceased person that she was also called out for. Not sure why Gabbie brought up Bianca, but it's not a move she thinks it is. And once again, Gabbie is choosing to single me out for unknown reasons. And then she put a bunch of videos of like other people talking about this Bianca incident. Angelika spoke about that, but then so did a lot of other drama channels that were men, and Gabbie Hanna didn't call them out. So that's that on that. But yeah, that's it. The whole thing was basically just a mess. Gabbie Hanna really needs to just pipe down and just calm the F down, because it's getting really ridiculous how she keeps calling out Angelika, but she doesn't call out the male commentators who make videos about her as well. And that's my thoughts on that whole situation. What do you guys think? I would love to know, so comment down below your thoughts. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out Chef Shark VPN linked in the description. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the post notifications bell so that you never miss another upload from me. If you've not already, all my social media is linked down below if you want to follow me, as well as a link to my second channel, my merch, my podcast, and my cameo. And yeah guys, that's it for me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see my next one. And as always, I hope that you have a great day or night wherever you're in the world. Bye!